welcome back to my channel. We have huge updates today on the next stimulus package and Social Security changes. A lot of people are going to get Social Security benefits as large as $1,657 per month beginning in January. We also have huge updates from Bernie regarding Social Security changes, so let's discuss the details. But before we jump into it, do me a quick favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this channel with anyone who you think might find this helpful. This is a community for seniors and those who are disabled, and my job is to be a voice for you to make sure that President Biden is keeping his promise to increase Social Security benefits, increase SSI and SSDI, take care of seniors, approve stimulus checks for seniors, expand Medicaid, approve more affordable housing, and just across the board, take care of seniors like he said he would. So if you really want to support my work, subscribe to my second channel. Now, the link to that is going to be in the comments of this video. I'm going to be giving away some stimulus checks on that channel just as a thank you for supporting my work. And that channel is going to focus on more of an entertainment community. I'm going to be on camera, going live. We're going to play bingo so you can play bingo with me. There's going to be a chat room so you can chat with me and chat with the other people in the community. We're going to play casino games and the lottery, things like that. So it's going to be a fun community with a little bit of updates kind of mixed in. So if you want to join that community, please hit the link in the comments of this video. It goes a long way in supporting my work. So thank you so much. And with that said, let's jump into today's update. Let's do a quick update on daily trending news. First, I thought it was pretty cool to see that Yahoo posted their most read money stories of 2021. So if you look at this list, almost all of them are either stimulus related or Social Security related. So it kind of makes sense that my channel really blew up this year, right? See, number one was, will there be a fourth stimulus check? Number two was, your third stimulus check could be eligible for a bonus payment. Fourth stimulus check, 5 things most Americans don't know about Social Security. Literally almost every single one of these are either about stimulus or Social Security benefits. So thought that was interesting. And it just goes to show that this community grew to 111,000 subscribers because these topics are really popular. These are Yahoo's most read money stories in 2021. So some of these do seem interesting, like the 5 things most Americans don't know about Social Security. We'll probably read that one in the next video. So as far as trending news, just to get you caught up on what's going on. Now, a number of Omicron cases in the U.S. likely to rise according to the CDC director. So this is just a prediction, but basically the CDC director is saying, prepare yourself. Cases are definitely going to rise. This isn't one of those things where, hey, maybe we can contain it, or maybe we'll get lucky and it just won't make it to the U.S. as much. But no, they're saying that this is going to be prevalent. But again, they're still not sure how severe it's going to be, if it will in fact cause really severe illness. So with the Omicron variant now detected in at least 16 states in the U.S., the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, said the agency is following them closely and that the number is likely to rise. We know it has many mutations, more mutations than prior variants. Many of those mutations have been associated with more transmissible variants, with evasion of some of our therapeutics and potentially evasion of some of our immunity, and that's what we're watching really carefully. So what they're looking for is whether or not this new strain is going to avoid immunity that's been built either through immunizations or just having been infected previously. So we should find out in the next couple of weeks, but cases will be rising, folks. Don't be shocked and don't be too worried. Just be safe out there, okay? Now, as far as Senator Kyrsten Sinema, yesterday she said that she won't commit to approving the stimulus check package. She said this thing is not done, and she's basically saying she's going to be a hard ass throughout these negotiations. So not really a good sign after negotiating for 6 months, that in one of her first interviews she's done in months, she went on CNN. The main thing she wanted to say is that she will not commit to voting for it unless the spending gets cut back. So negotiations are going to be tough, folks. Now remember, she is the moderate Democratic senator from Arizona. And now look at this headline: Koch Industries buys Republican Senate candidate's company. Now this is a Republican candidate for senator in Arizona as well. His name is Mark Kelly. And the Koch brothers, obviously, as you know, are one of the richest, most influential billionaires in politics. And they bought his company to give him a huge cash infusion as he runs for the Senate in Arizona. Now, that just puts things in perspective. Like, first of all, obviously it's frustrating that billionaires have so much more influence than we the people have, right? Normal people who pay taxes their entire lives have such smaller influence than these billionaires. But secondly, it puts in perspective that Although Kirsten Sinema is frustrating because she doesn't want to approve the stimulus package, normally Arizona has a Republican senator. And that's what they're doing here. The Koch brothers are investing in Arizona to try and get a Republican back in place. So the point I'm trying to make is, although Kirsten Sinema is frustrating, when you think about it, we're almost lucky that we even have a Democratic senator in Arizona to begin with, because usually it's Republican, and the Koch brothers are investing there to try and take that Senate seat back to the Republicans. So not an excuse, not saying that it's okay what Kirsten Sinema is doing. I mean, seniors have been waiting for months for a fourth round of stimulus checks. They've been waiting for months for a specific stimulus check just for seniors, on top of expanding Social Security benefits and Medicare. But just puts things a little bit in perspective. Like, what if we had a Republican there? These stimulus packages wouldn't even be possible. So just, again, not an excuse, but just trying to put things in perspective. Now, one last thing on trending news, and then we'll jump right into Social Security benefits. Biden did sign the bill to avert a government shutdown. Now, this extends things until the middle of February, I believe February 18th. So basically what this did was provide more funding, billions of dollars, to keep the government funded for 2 more months, but they still have not raised the debt ceiling. Now, those two things are different, right? Because increasing funding will keep the government open, basically filling their bank account with money now to pay for things like Social Security benefits, the post office, things like that. But the debt ceiling is separate. Raising the debt ceiling allows you to pay debts that you previously accrued in years before. So, like Trump's tax cuts, like the previous stimulus packages from last year. Raising the debt ceiling allows you to pay for that. It's almost like a credit card limit that you're increasing. Now, if they don't raise that by the middle of December, experts think in about a week, maybe 2 weeks at most, then they could potentially default on their debts. And what that would mean is that's the equivalent of like you not paying your credit card bill, and then your credit limit going down or your credit score going down. Basically, the United States credit score would go down, and that would have huge ramifications for the U.S. economy and the global economy at large. People think it would send us into a recession again. So even though the government has been funded until the middle of February, they still need to raise the debt ceiling to avoid defaulting on payments, if that makes sense. So we should have a lot of updates on increasing the debt ceiling. That still has not been done. Okay, folks, let's talk about Social Security benefits and how a lot of people are going to be getting huge benefits, about $1,657 per month. I know that's double of what a lot of people on my channel get just based on the comments. So this article is titled, "This is the average Social Security benefit for 2022 with added COLA adjustment, cost of living adjustment." A year of runaway inflation and surging prices in almost every major category, and specifically those affecting seniors, have forced the Social Security Administration to increase the cost of living adjustment to 5.9% for 2022 payments. Now, we all knew that. We knew the COLA adjustment was going to be 5.9%. We've known that for a couple of months. Now, these payments are going to start in January. The 2022 COLA increase is one of the largest in history. To put it in perspective, COLAs of years past have hovered around 1.5% on average. Inflation currently stands at just above 6% over the past 12 months, meaning the COLA for next year, although historically substantial, is barely enough to wipe away the effects of rampant inflation, especially when you take into account that seniors spend even more money. Like when things inflate, usually that affects seniors even worse because medications go up even faster than most things. Medical care goes up even more than most things. Rent goes up usually. So seniors have been hurt even more by inflation. Now, according to the Social Security Administration, the estimated average monthly benefit for all retired workers will be $1,657 per month beginning in January 2022. So, according to the administration, the Social Security Administration says that based off of this huge COLA adjustment, the average monthly benefit for the average person across, counting all 60 million people on Social Security benefits, the average person will be getting $1,657 per month starting in January. Now, prior to the COLA taking effect, the average was $1,565, meaning that seniors will receive roughly $100 more each month and $1,200 over the year as part of the COLA increase. For retired couples, both receiving benefits, the average payment will be $2,757. A widowed mother with 2 children will receive an average payment of $3,187. And a widow or widower alone will receive $1,553. So a lot of numbers there, but what it's showing you is the average person, not everybody obviously, but the average person is going to be getting $1,657 per month beginning in January thanks to this huge COLA increase. Now, I know most people on my channel, I know for a fact, get less than that. So I know this is frustrating, but this is a step in the right direction, right? And when you have an average, that means a lot of people are above that and a lot of people are below that. And right now we're in a situation where what we're trying to do is get a stimulus check now for seniors. That's the main thing I'm focusing on this channel, is delivering that message every single day. I've been emailing Bernie Sanders, sending letters, hoping that they'll keep pushing for that stimulus check, because that stimulus check will keep you going until next year when hopefully Biden will increase Social Security benefits permanently, right? Now, this COLA adjustment, again, it's a step in the right direction, but it's quite frankly not enough. I know a lot of people who watch my videos, they comment and say, hey, I only make $1,000 a month, or I make $900 a month. So this COLA increasing it by about $100 means for those people, you're probably going to go up from like $900 a month to $1,000, or $1,100 a month to $1,200 a month. So it's not going to be as high as the average person gets on Social Security benefits. But for the purposes of this video, that's the average. And again, we're fighting for more. We're fighting to get the stimulus check for seniors, hopefully $2,000. And personally, I think it should be $2,000 per month until Social Security benefits are permanently increased. Then we're fighting to make sure that Social Security benefits are increased across the board in the next stimulus package next year. Now, what we're hoping for is that everybody's Social Security benefit is increased to this, about $1,600. That's kind of what President Biden promised. He promised to increase the minimum Social Security benefit to 25% above the poverty level. And that's about $1,600. Give or take. So that would put us in a situation where everybody, at minimum, would be making this, $1,657. That would be amazing, right? Imagine what you could do with $1,600 per month. That's, for a lot of people watching my videos, that's double, right? So you could pay your rent without stressing about it. You could pay for some of your medical bills. You could pay to get good quality food on your table. You could pay to maybe give your grandson a decent gift for Christmas without stressing about it. You could get out of credit card debt, right? So these are huge things that we're keeping an eye on, folks. And although not everyone makes the average, not everyone makes this $1,657 per month, which starts in January, this is basically what President Biden promised to give everybody, folks. So as they work on the current stimulus package, hopefully we'll get that stimulus check to hold seniors over until we get to Social Security benefits next year. Then we're going to really keep President Biden to his word. Like, Biden, you promised to increase Social Security, SSI, and SSDI across the board, and we're keeping you to your word, good sir, because this is why seniors voted for you. One of the main reasons President Biden won was because seniors voted for President Biden in such high numbers. Like, I really don't think President Biden would have won if he hadn't gotten such a high percentage of the senior vote. So that's what's going on, folks. We're working on the next stimulus package, trying to get a stimulus check, and at the same time, we're keeping our eye on Social Security benefits, which should get a huge increase next year in the next stimulus package if President Biden keeps his word. So don't forget to subscribe, and I will keep you posted as things develop. Now, to end this video, I'm going to show you a clip from Bernie Sanders talking about Social Security benefits and the fact that COLA adjustments have often not been enough. And what he wants to do is change the formula to calculate COLA to make sure it's bigger every single year. Now, he's going to touch on the fact that there's been a lot of years where seniors got no COLA adjustment. I believe it was 2010 and 2011 or 2009, 2010. There was no COLA 2 years in a row. He's going to touch on that and the fact that he wants to change the formula so this never happens again. Okay, so let's take a look, see what Bernie Sanders had to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.
We're joined on the phone by independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. This second year in a row, Senator Sanders, the Social Security Administration announced that beneficiaries won't get a cost of living increase. What's behind that?
Well, as you know, the Department of Labor has a formula by which they determine inflation, and they have concluded that there is no inflation this year, and seniors and disabled veterans should not get a COLA. I have long had a problem with that formula because, Bill, what that formula does is lump all of the consumption practices in the United States together. The problem is that for seniors, they purchase products and services very differently than the general population. For example, if you wanted to go out and buy a laptop computer or a flat-screen TV or a Kindle, prices have gone down. But most seniors are not buying those products. What most seniors are buying are health care services and prescription drugs. And those services have, in fact, gone up. So long-term, I think what we need and what I have fought for many years is a segregated index for seniors, because their purchasing practices are very often much different than the general population and primarily focusing on health care needs. So if health care costs are going up, seniors are hurting, and that, in fact, is the cost. Prescription drug costs over the last couple of years have risen rather sharply.
What do you think about the standard of living in general, not just among seniors, but other Americans as well?
What do you mean? Well, what we do know is, of course, that the middle class is in a whole lot of trouble. During the 8 years of the Bush administration, median family income went down by about $2,200, while most of the income went to the people on the top. So we now have the most unequal distribution of income and wealth of any major country on earth. So the American people are hurting. Seniors are hurting in particular because there are many of them who either get most or all of their income from Social Security. And one of the issues that we are focusing on right now and asking the American people to engage with us in a conversation. Now, I think most Americans think it is more appropriate that we provide at least a $250 emergency check to seniors, many of whom are hurting, than a $100,000 a year tax deduction to millionaires.
And how likely are you to get that vote? I read somewhere that Senator Reid said he'd bring it up again in the Senate. Speaker Pelosi is certain to bring that up after the lame duck. How likely is that to pass?
Well, I think it is going to be brought up. I think certainly every member of the House is out campaigning. A third of the Senate is out campaigning. They're hearing from the American people. And I think what the American people are telling them, it is far more important to protect seniors, especially lower-income seniors and disabled veterans, than to give huge tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. So I think and we're going to have a lot of support from, I believe, the senior groups, the veterans groups, and I think with that support, we've got a shot to win this.
And among the issues being talked about is the possibility of raising the Social Security benefits age. What do you think about that?
I think that would be an unmitigated disaster. It's almost laughable. Can you imagine, and we certainly all hope that the economy improves, but can you imagine asking people who are 68, 69 years of age, who are doing hard physical work right now, who are doing construction, who are on their feet, saying to them that they're going to have to go out and work till they're 68, 69 years of age? It is preposterous because employers are not going to hire them. I mean, can you imagine when a 69-year-old construction worker, which is almost an oxymoron, I mean, people don't do that when they're 69, are going to be forced to compete against 25-year-old workers? It ain't going to happen. Those people will be unemployed. What do you do with somebody who is 68 or 69 or 70 who is unemployed, who is not receiving Social Security? Second of all, it's important to understand that with a $13 trillion national debt, Social Security has not caused 5 cents of that debt. Social Security today has a $2.5 trillion surplus, which is going up. And according to the CBO, and nobody really disagrees with this, Social Security is going to be able to pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 29 years.
So when constituents in Vermont ask you the question, is Social Security safe, your answer is?
What I tell them is if they hear anyone telling them that Social Security is going bankrupt, that's a lie. It is untrue. So to cut Social Security, because we have given tax breaks to billionaires over the years and fought 2 wars without paying for them, is grossly unfair.
Bernie Sanders, independent senator from Vermont, who sits on the Pensions Committee, talking about Social Security. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.